morning. My name is Barbara Fisher. I am married to Robert Fisher, and I'm the mother of two, Melanie and Jayon. I'm a grandmother of 5. I am grateful to God for his hand of providence in my life. I have recognized his hand in my life since I was a child, with my earliest recollection at age 11. I grew up in a typical Black Baptist church and attended Sunday school all my life. I was baptized at around the age 7 or 8 and have always attended Baptist churches. I am not certain whether I was converted at that age, but know for certain that God did do something in me at age 16. I now know that God took out my heart of stone and gave me a heart of flesh, because my whole life was reordered. I then lived in the presence of God. I had a conscience of sin. I wanted to please him and aimed to do so, though not perfectly. However, because I grew up in church, I didn't have a dramatic conversion, though for me in my recent years, I now see it as dramatic. The gospel. God is sovereign. He created all things. Everything he made was good and brought glory to God, including man. But when Adam sinned, he forever lost the relationship once had with Creator God. The penalty for Adam's sin was separation and death. I inherited Adam's sin condition. I was born a sinner, wanting my own way, against God's authority, and totally unable to please God. I could not walk in perfect obedience before him. But God, out of his grace and mercy, made a provision for me. Jesus, he paid my sin debt in full with his life, death, and resurrection, so that my sins are forgiven and I am reconciled to God through faith in him. My mind really cannot fathom all of that. How he chose me, how he wrote my name down even before the foundations of the world. But when God determined to reveal his son in me at age 16, my eyes were opened. And I have been on this journey now more than 40 years. 3 years ago, I was able to retire from the state of California. Now, while I always have had an interest in listening to God's word, having grown up in the faith, listening to KFIA from my early 20s, now in my retirement, my days were filled with Bible study, viewing sermons on TV via YouTube, from men I discovered on sermon audio. Thank God for technology. Sermon audio gave me greater exposure to I've never heard, like Paul Washer, John Piper, Pastor Albert N. Martin, and Peter Nordier, and many others. God used those men and others to teach me the biblical truths and doctrines he had already begun to shed light on with me. I had not heard the term doctrine of election, justification. In fact, I did not know I was a Calvinist. I didn't. Much less what Calvinism was, until someone implied on a Facebook forum, apologetics forum. He told me that I probably was. You see, last year I had posted on this forum, "For whom did Christ die?" More about that in a few. Many have asked me about how I found Immanuel Baptist Church. Well, sometime last year, because of my study, God's providence again, one day I Googled Reformed Baptist Church in Sacramento. And the first result was Immanuel Baptist Church. So I checked the website, saw what you believed, and filed it away until August, which was my month off from my church music ministry duty. August 2014, I asked my husband if we could visit Immanuel Baptist Church, and we did. We liked it. The word was really good. But then I thought that I shouldn't have to divorce myself from gospel music. I wanted both. This year in February 2015, on that same Facebook discussion post, Greg Gomez, who I did not know, chimed in on that post, and he extended an invitation to me to the gospel conference being held in April 2015 here at Immanuel Baptist Church. I don't remember whether I made the connection at that time that I had visited that church in August 2014. During this same time, things were beginning to happen, causing me much spiritual unrest. So I did force myself to attend that gospel conference. And from that point on, I'd go to my church in the morning and started visiting IBC in the evening, service in the evenings. Pastor Briggs was such a blessing to me because after services, he allowed me to share what was troubling me, and he helped me walk through it. He didn't tell me to leave my church. He just listened to me and counseled me in the way of the word to honor God. Well, I believe God worked those circumstances in my life that were causing me unrest to move me. I discussed with my husband, and with his support, on Sunday, May 31st, 2015, I started attending Immanuel Baptist Church. God's providence landed me here. Upon leaving that IBC morning service, I walked to my car weeping because I felt like dry ground onto which water was poured. The biblical truths God had been teaching me were confirmed. I felt safe. The safety was knowing exactly what we as a church believe the Bible teaches. I am grateful that God made receiving sound Bible teaching, learning the doctrines of the Bible, and the importance of Christian fellowship more important than my need for gospel music. So, while being at IBC has really been a total countercultural experience for me in more ways than one, it is also the very reason I want to join the membership of IBC to grow together with you.
Amen. Amen.